So today I wanted to drop by and tell you a little thing that I've learned in my life, through experience. And it is about writing down your problems on paper. Yes. So if it might seem like a very simple, silly idea or something that is, not going to work out. But if you actually have a problem that has come up in your life, the very first thing that you need to do is take out a piece of paper and write down the problem clearly. Define the problem, what the problem is. Try and break it down into simple steps, because sometimes what happens is that you have a problem but you do not know what the problem is. So but if you have a little notion about it, and if you write down something and you break it down into more digestible steps, it becomes easy when you see it on paper in front of you. Because let's say that you have the problem, you're marinating in that problem in your mind, you're keeping it in your mind for a very long time, so that's causing a lot of stress. And when you have stress in your brain, your cortisol level shoots up, and your cortisol, when it's high, it prevents you from thinking clearly. So when you can't think clearly, you are definitely not in that problem solving mode in your brain. You feel that you're all confused, there's brain fog, there is a lot of confusion related to that problem, that you're not being able to see the accurate thing that is there. You can't see the solution in front, because your mind is where everything rests. It's like a drawer. There are so many drawers out there. Problem is there, your different daily life is happening, so many things are happening in your brain. But if you take that problem and you write it down and define it on a piece of paper, you start training your brain to think from a different perspective. You start seeing it in front of you, and when you see the problem in front of you, it's written out there, you can solve it better. You can draw diagrams, you can doodle, you can start making pointers, you can start making maps, and you can start thinking like a thinker, like in frameworks. You start developing the power of training your mind to think in frameworks. And when you do that, taking decisions becomes very easy. Taking decisions comes easily to you when you have the problem defined, and that only happens when you write it down. Now, a lot of people don't agree with this. A lot of people don't write it down. Like, I have argued with a lot of people who say that, oh, this is the problem, and then they keep on letting that problem, turn around in their head, they marinate in it, and then ultimately the solution does not come out that clearly, or that, as fast as it should come out, rather than when you have the problem written down in front of you. So I have been doing that. Whenever I have a problem, I write it down in front of me and I try to analyze the problem. And guess what? The solutions just start arriving. The solution starts arriving, and as if my brain comes into that thinking mode. When you are taking that problem out from your brain and putting it onto paper, now your brain becomes a problem solver rather than a problem, like a collector. It's not a problem collector anymore, because remember, you've taken that problem, pulled it out of your head, and you have written it in on that piece of paper. So now the other task that needs to be done by the brain is the solving part. So your brain becomes efficient at solving problems when it sees the problems written down on a piece of paper, and then you start breaking it down step by step. Why am I saying this time and again? Because it is important. You need to do it, and that's how you're going to solve problems in the most effective, efficient, economic way. And that's how I have been doing things, and that's how I have been solving problems for myself and for others.